My wife and I bought the property, this farm, in 1998. We bought it in May of 1998. Our lease on our previous property had run out, so we were looking for a place for our nursery. And the farm's about 60 acres, and so we intend to use a fairly good portion of that for nursery production. But we don't need all 60 acres, and there's a portion of the farm that's not very easy to manage. It's kind of low wet ground. There's a ditch running through it, fairly wet soils, and the previous owner, because of the way that they had managed the ground, had left some of it in pretty poor condition. We were looking for ways to put that land to the best possible use. The stream that runs through this field is called Roderick Creek, and it's been in a ditch. It was put into a ditch sometime probably back in the 1930s, early 1930s. Its natural channel was much more complex than it is now. Right now it's pretty much in a straight line, and it didn't used to run in a straight line. So part of the concept here is to put the stream back into something resembling a natural channel. So that channel is going to be excavated and then the stream put back into it. And then next to the stream there are going to be some areas that are graded just slightly so that they hold water. That's really about all there is to it as far as the earth moving is concerned. There's also going to be some work related to the roadway and the bridge so that the stream can flow underneath Half Mile without any kind of impediment, or either to the road or to the stream. There's going to be a fairly significant amount of large woody debris that's going to be placed in and around the stream channel. And most of the work is actually going to involve managing the vegetation. So initially getting the weeds under control, and then reseeding and planting with a variety of native grasses, sedges, wildflowers, trees and shrubs, and then maintaining that vegetation over the long term. That's really what the project's all about. The way that the project is designed, the wetland itself isn't going to impinge on any of our productive fields. We will be taking some ground out of production, ground that right now it's currently leased. So we're going to lose some field value there. But in terms of our nursery production fields, we've pretty much designed the project so that it fits within the context of what we need to get out of the farm. It fits in our program. As I say, we anticipate this area to help provide us with a source of seed and cuttings and other materials that we'll actually use in the nursery. So we'll continue to get some productive value out of the wetlands. But mostly for us, the real value was in securing an easement securing an easement and selling an easement for the project that freed up some capital for us that we really needed in the past year and a half to get everything else up and running. And so for somebody that can't kind of do it on their own, I'd say the first thing would be to start looking for a nonprofit partner who can help kind of put together a project and make it work, and can negotiate on the landowner's behalf, in terms of negotiating easement values, or basically setting up the project so that it suits their needs. One of the things that I guess makes our situation a little bit unique is that I actually manage a business that implements these kinds of projects. And so, I've been working in forestry and environmental restoration of different types since the mid-1980s. And I've worked all over Western Oregon, Northwestern Oregon, in restoring all kinds of different habitats. And so it's only natural to me that if I had the space to do it on my own piece of property, I would certainly do something, along those lines. So that was my primary motivation, was actually to do some kind of restoration that made sense, for the piece of ground that we're on. And the fact that it also serves other purposes in terms of generating some capital, in terms of our other needs for propagation for the nursery, was just made it so much more appealing for us. It would have been ultimately hard for me not to do something like this, and so I guess we're a little bit a little bit unique in that regard. It wasn't just something that kind of occurred to me. But I think that a lot of landowners could find something that would appeal to them in a project as long as it fits into their program and what their vision is for their property.